Hello everyone, welcome to the Walk Warm-Up series. My name is Corey Emberton and I'm going to be your instructor today. We're going to focus on the range of motion of the ankles and the feet, so let's get started. And you'll notice that I have my shoes and socks off. This is going to help me get a little bit more range of motion, but I want you to do whatever's comfortable for yourself. I'm going to take both feet and I'm going to pretend that I'm out on a beach. And I'm going to push both feet into the beach, into the sand to make a bigger footprint. And as you do this, you may feel increased pressure of your feet down into the floor. Good, just keep working on push the feet down into the floor, increase the pressure of your foot into the floor. And this is just something we call grounding. Let's do two more. Big pressure into the feet, into the floor, making that bigger sand, that footprint, and relax it. Good, one more. Find that pressure, keep pushing, and relax. Okay, let's take one foot and focus on it. So you're gonna look at my toes right here, and all I'm gonna do is lift my toes out of my footprint and then bring my toes back down. Lifting my toes out of the footprint and back down. So we really wanna isolate those toes, and as we lift those toes, we wanna try to not allow our ball of our foot or forefoot to come out of our footprint. So keep on working on that. Lifting the toes out and bringing it back down. See if you can feel them lift away, and as they come in contact with the ground, you feel them again. One more. Now let's try to relax those toes. We don't want them to help, and we're going to try to bring the ball of the foot out and back in. If you need to extend your leg out a little bit, do so you get a little bit more range of motion. And you'll notice I'm going to try to keep my toes from flaring up and helping. So I'm isolating more at my ankle, bringing that ball of foot out of the footprint, back in. Let's go one more. Good. I'm gonna bring mine back. Now we're gonna do a little bit of what I call a push-off drill, and we're just gonna think about more of the back of the heel, and we're gonna lift it out of the footprint and bring it back down. Now go to a range of motion that you're comfortable with. And I'm still going to keep thinking that I'm on the beach and I've got a footprint there, and I'm bringing that heel out of the footprint, but I'm keeping the toes and the ball of foot in my footprint. And you get a little shaky here, don't worry. Go to a smaller range of motion, or go to the top, hold for a second, and then bring it back down. Good, one more. Nice. Let's switch over to that opposite foot. So lifting the toes out of your footprint and back down. And we'll just go anywhere from 3 to 8 reps. Watch you feel comfortable. And again, we're just warming up these joints, warming up these muscles that we're going to specifically use when we go out for a walk. See if you can get 2 more. Lifting your toes out of your footprint, but not the whole foot. 1 more. Now, wiggle those toes around, get them to kind of relax. Extend your leg out a little bit if you want. And bring the ball of your foot out of your footprint. And back down into that sand, into that footprint. And if it helps, think about what your foot might feel when it lifts off. And when it comes back down, do you feel that pressure of your foot going back into the floor? Good. Let's go for 2 more. I feel a little bit of muscle activation in here. And again, this is a small, controlled movement. All right, I'm gonna bring mine back down. We're gonna go to that push-off. So I'm gonna focus on the back of the heel, peeling up and away from that sand, out of that footprint, and then I'm gonna bring it right back down. And then as you bring it down, you can push it down just a little bit to re-initiate that pressure feeling that you feel in your feet. 2 more. Bring that heel out of your footprint and back in. Now let's just add a little bit of coordination into that. So we're gonna extend the legs out a little bit, and I'm gonna lift and lower the ball of my foot out of the footprint, bring it back down, and then I'm gonna alternate. So I'm gonna switch left and right, right and left, just like I would be doing if I'm outside walking. And we're gonna add to this in a little bit. Now hold one up. Now see if you can start and stop your 2 feet moving together. And what I mean by that is, as I lower one foot down, I'm raising the other. And then I'm switching. And I'm seeing if this movement can start and stop at the same time. Good. Try to get 2 more in. Alternating, just like we would the rest of our body, our legs and our arms if we're out walking. And relax it. Okay, let's pull it back. Let's do the push off. So lift one heel out of your footprint. This one's gonna come down, the other one's gonna come out. Down, up, down, up, into the footprint, out of the footprint, into the footprint, out of the footprint. Now keep one up. Now as this one lowers, see if you can raise the other. One is going back into your footprint, the other one's lifting up. But the challenging part is starting and stopping these 2 movements, which is working on your coordination a little bit. There you go. Sorry if my hands are going a little crazy. I like to go with them. All right, try for a couple more. Work at your own pace. And bring everything back down into your footprint. Get a big push into your feet. Ground yourself. We're gonna add to some of those foot and ankle movements. So if you're on hardwood flooring, you can just keep your sock on and use your sock. Or you can use a towel or a glider. So if you have carpet, it's best to use a glider that has a very smooth surface, or you can actually use a paper plate. I'm gonna put my towel under my foot to where my heel feels connected to it. So I'm gonna go into lifting the ball of my foot out of the towel and back down. And I'm gonna do 3 reps of these. Out or off the towel and back down. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift my ball of the foot off the towel as I slide it forward. And then as I come back, I'm gonna lower the ball of the foot back down into the towel. And you keep on using that sand print or that footprint cueing if you like that too. So as I lift the ball of my foot up, I'm gonna slide it out and I'm gonna lower it and pull it back in. Kind of like we're taking a step as we're walking. Lift and slide, bring it back in. Lift and slide, bring it back in. Now we're gonna switch it a little bit. Sticking with this same side, I'm gonna go to that push-off drill, pulling my heel out of the towel and back in, creating some of that range of motion, kind of like I'm taking a step forward to push my body weight forward. Now I'm gonna do one more. Good. So what I'm gonna do now is, as I lift that heel, I'm gonna shift my weight, nose over the toes, or looking at a target and moving towards it as I raise it. And as the heel comes back into its footprint, I'm gonna shift my weight back. We really wanna get that pelvis moving as we shift our weight, not just our spine, but getting that pelvis. So I like to use my hands. So as that heel raises, I'm gonna shift, bringing my pelvis with us. And as it comes down, I'm gonna shift it back. Now this won't be a huge range of motion, and just go what feels comfortable. Like we did early, see if you can coordinate those 2 movements, starting and stopping at the same time, which would be the heel lift and the weight shift. All the way back down. Switch it over to the other side. I'm gonna use my glider in case anybody's actually on carpet and are using their paper plate. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my heel on the glider, Follow the foot. It's gonna raise up. We're gonna do just a few reps, kind of initiate that movement. And then as we raise, we're gonna slide out. And as we lower, we're gonna slide it back in. Good. Work on coordinating that movement. As that foot starts to come down, you pull that glider back. As that foot starts to come up, you push that glider forward. One more rep. And bring it back in. Okay, now we're gonna go into that push off. So I like to think I'm bringing my heel out of that footprint or off the glider or towel that I was using. Get a few reps just to warm it up. Now hands on pelvis, if that helped. So as you raise, you're gonna shift towards what you're looking at, almost like you're coming out of a chair. And as you lower, you're gonna bring it back down. Raise and shift. Coordinate those two movements together, same time, working on that coordination, just like we need when we're walking. Good. Give me one more. Nice. Thanks for joining today. So it was all about the foot and ankle, not only getting range of motion, but playing with pressure. What do we feel under our feet? Working in a little bit of that coordination and simulating some walking movements. So be sure to read the description down below to get a little bit of tidbits and some of the reasonings why we focus on certain things. And hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.